Everyone, it's Michelle Bursell, and I am here with you today to give you the number one thing you must do before you end the year. The number one thing, you must do this. Why? I'm not here to give you more things on your to-do list, but I want you to do this because before you go into 2012, you want to have the energy, the momentum to get you fueled up to make 2012 an amazing year, a year that's filled with living in alignment with your highest version of self. So, in order to do this, we need to wrap up 2011 in love, immense self-love, and we do this in one simple way. That is, drum roll. That was a pathetic drum roll, wasn't it? Drum roll. Acknowledgement. We need to acknowledge ourselves. I know it sounds very simple, but I bet so many of the times you're not doing this. And it's really, really important as we wrap up this year that we really take a look at all that you've done to make 2011 the year that it was for you. And I know your ego's going to start getting revved up and saying, oh, this wasn't exactly how I wanted it, or this wasn't quite right, and this bad thing happened. And never mind that. I'm going to give you time to reflect on what you want change for 2012. But this is why acknowledgement is so important, because before you do, I really want to help you take in what exactly you've created. So, last year, 2010, at the very end, I gave you some areas of life to focus on where you wanted to create changes. But even if you didn't do that, these are just main areas of life that I would love for you to take pen and paper and write down and really think about how your energy, the energy you put into these areas of your life, created even greater alignment. There was something about what you were doing in 2011 that really worked and really clicked in each of these areas. And by doing this acknowledgement, you are fueling and amping yourself up for whatever you want 2012 to look like. So, here's the areas. I gave these to you in 2010. Again, even if you didn't get these, I know you were paying attention to them on some level. First and foremost, health, 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 health. So, what did you do? What have you been doing in 2011 that's worked for you in regard to health? Right? I mean, little things. I cooked a home-cooked meal once a week, whatever it is. Exercise. Acknowledge yourself. Because here's the thing, even if it's become routine to you, it's working. It matters. And again, don't let ego bump in and say, but I didn't do this. Don't worry about it. We're going to get to that. Okay? This is about acknowledgement. Emotional well-being. Yay! If you're a part of this community, I know you are paying attention to your emotions. That's what I try to serve you the most with. And this is just by being a part of this community, I know you're taking in tools that really support you to come from a standpoint of love. So anytime, even that you've acknowledged and sat in any of your feelings from the standpoint of love rather than ego, where you allowed yourself that feeling rather than tried to do other things that maybe you've done in the past, acknowledge it. This is important. Every time you journal, acknowledge. Sense of self. This is you. This is you really honoring your authentic self. So what are the ways you've done this in 2011 that really worked for you? Simple things, from reading a book that really mattered to you, to being able to share your voice, your opinion more. Those are the simple ways that you show self-love and acknowledge it. Simple little ways, it all adds up. Make sure you are acknowledging that in yourself. time. This is so important. So important. And something that I realized in 2011 I needed to get better at. And you will see that in one of my goals in 2012. And so even though, this isn't at the place of perfection for me that I would like, not even perfection, I don't like that word, but even if it's not in the highest level that I would like it for myself, I acknowledge the fact that I'm recognizing that. And then I started to take steps to change what my free time looks like and how I honor that and create boundaries with that. Okay, so wherever you're at, there's room to acknowledge, how am I using my free time? Is it serving me? And really celebrating who you are. Career and finances. So what did you do in 2011 that really served your career and finances? This isn't if you've made more money, yay, celebrate. But even if that's not the case, did you stick to a budget regarding your holidays, a budget, or just in general, or going out to eat less, or whatever that is that supports you to live in greater alignment when it comes to your career, when it comes to your finances, maybe making steps towards a new career, whatever that is. Acknowledge, acknowledge, acknowledge. Okay, home. Your home, the surroundings that you've created. How does that serve and support your being? There's little ways, little things that you have done, little touches. Pay attention. This is important, even if it's been there. Really pay attention that that's the sanctuary, that's the place that you created for yourself in 2011, and that you've had it and it supported you in some way, and acknowledge that. Okay, spirit, that's you. That's you, that authentic, beautiful you. And again, just by you being a part of this community, doing things like this, and hopefully listening to others that also enhance and support you to acknowledge your spirit, is one way you can really acknowledge yourself. Because so many other people go about being busy and productive, and we forget about the authentic self. We forget about our essence, which is our fuel. So acknowledge. And again, you taking the time to end 2011 in this way is, guess what? Fueling your spirit, your essence. So in any ways that you've done that in 2011, write it down, acknowledge it. Relationships. How's 2011 been with your relationships, your intimate ones, your family, your friends? Something's got to be working, and that's in part because of the energy that you have put towards it. And celebrate those parts of this relationship that you are really getting right, because that's going to guide you to further evolve in relationships in the future. So yay, relationships. How have they grown in 2011? And this is really it. These are the aspects that I guided you with in 2010 to pay attention to. And now it's time to celebrate. Celebrate where your energy went and the good that was created. And I know, again, that ego is going to be stirred up. Say, hey, ego, I'll get back to you later. But now, as we end this year, it's a time of deep acknowledgement for the energy that you have put towards yourself and put out in the world. And I absolutely honor you. And I know you're on this path to living consciously, and that should be recognized. And I encourage you to give yourself at least an hour, because again, this energy that you give to yourself will come back to you in what you create in 2012. But any bit of acknowledgement that you can do to end this year and wrap yourself in love, self-love, for the 2011 that you created, no matter what it looked like, will come forward with the energy and momentum to make 2012 an even better year that aligns you more fully with your authentic self. I am so happy and honored that we have been able to connect in 2011, and I look for many, many more connection time in 2012 with you. Thank you, everyone, and happiest of New Year's to you.